Anton, the result obviously is something that's disappointing. How do you feel in general, though, about the team and how it came together during the course of the game?
If you look at the way we play, it's the way we play and the way we talked about before the game. And we in the second half we created a lot of chances. We have like 3, 4, 5 big chances, and they have half of a chance, and they score. But that's how it is, you know. Sometimes you don't score the goals, and then it's impossible to win the games. But if you look at the game we play and how we want to play, how we talked about it before the game, it's how we want it. But I think we have to work a little bit of the lost third, be a little bit better there. But otherwise, we make a pretty decent game. But of course, it's very, very disappointing to sit here with 0 points to start with.
Thank you.
Okay. Michael Lewis, go ahead.
Thank you very much. I think I'm unmuted. Anton, how frustrated are you with the fact that the team hasn't been able to score in LS this year? And I know that when I say this year, it's been 3 or 4 months since you played those other games. And I know it's almost like a season of you, but how frustrated is it that the team hasn't back in the net yet?
I think you have to separate a little bit. If you look at the start of the season, we scored 5 in Costa Rica and another 1 at home. So it's nothing we really talked about. Now it's been like a new start for us. We've been training really, really hard, a lot of running, and I think we look strong out there today. So like I said, we have to work a little bit the last part maybe, and of course it's frustrating to not score the goals. It's in the box the games goes in your favor or the opponent's. So of course it's the first game for a while, but we have to keep on working, and I'm sure if we're gonna continue play like this, the goals gonna come. Of course it's the first game.
Okay, John Rojas.
Thank you, Nicole. Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Okay, thanks. James, this one is for you. The game was very, very early, and I guess none of you played this time of the day on a professional level. Probably you when you were a little kid. Did this time preparation routine brought you some kind of memories? How do you face the game so early?
Yeah, I think, growing up in the U.S., a lot of kids play tournaments where they have to get up early. I remember playing some tournaments here at Disney, early in the morning. So, I had done it before, but I know it was definitely a new experience for a lot of guys. But, at the end of the day, both teams have to deal with it. So, it's no easier for them than it was for us. And I think, like I said, both teams had to go through it. So.
Okay, Alonso Contreras.
Hi, this question is for James. Hey, James, I know you guys been playing after 4 months, and how do you feel physically, and how do you feel playing again with Collins in an official match?
Yeah, I feel great personally. I know the team worked really hard over the quarantine and over the past couple of weeks. I think we all felt fit. And then I think we adjusted pretty well to the heat, which was another big factor. So I would say overall we were all in good shape. And then it's easy to play with a player like Alex Kynes. He does so much well, and it makes my job a little easier. And we played a game together in Toronto before the break. So I was used to it a little bit, but I think we'll get better as we play more games together.
Okay, Michael Ander.
So James, I know you've talked earlier in the week about playing both the 6 and in the center back position. I'm curious how the conversation went between you and Ronny about you getting the nod over Maxime.
Yeah, I think between me, Maxime, and Alex Kynes, we all bring different qualities. And I think when you look at the opponent today, maybe it was better to have me and Alex Cayens, but maybe the game next week it'll be Maxime and Alex Cayens. So I really think it depends on the opponent a little bit. And I think personally I've been working hard, but I don't take anything for granted. And yeah, just got to keep working because they're all top players, and I'm still learning from Maxime. So it's not like I have his spot. I still learn every day from him. So I think we just gotta, all three of us gotta keep pushing each other, and that's how we'll get the best out of each other.
Okay. Dylan says his mic is working now, so let's try him again. Go ahead, Dylan, if it works.
Yes. Did you have me now?
Yeah.
All right. This is for both Anton and James. This unique sort of setup and situation you have there in Orlando, it's probably hard to, you certainly can't replicate it. And part one of this is anything you can take from this experience today that'll help you going forward. And obviously in group stages, you guys know if the result doesn't go your way in game one, it puts so much pressure now on game two. Is your next game now essentially a must win?
If you start with the first one, I think you have to have a little bit wider, wider view of it. The world is different today, and everything is not the same like it was a couple of months ago. And of course, the preparation's been different. The time has been different. The weather has been different. Everything is different, but you have to deal with it. This is how it is. 2020, it's a special year, and you just have to deal with it. And everyone is different, but now we're here, and now we want to play football again. And yeah, like I said, we had started with a bad result, and then you know how it is in tournaments like this. You want a point from the first one, but now we didn't get it. So it's important how we and we'll continue like this. And I think next game is gonna be crucial for us.
Okay, John Rojas.
Thank you. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, Anton, this one is for you. Did you guys notice the back of the chairs of the Philadelphia players that they didn't have their own names, but they were remembering African Americans, and what you guys feel and think about how as the players you came together for this, not only today, but yesterday during the ceremony before the first game of the tournament?
Yeah, we saw it. I was talking to Wagner and wondering if he had changed name first. So I was a little bit surprised, but then I figured it out. So we also had something on the bottom of the jersey. If you saw it, it was like a message to a person or a support, something, whatever you want in this. In this year. So yeah, we saw it, and it's bigger than football, and we have to show it here.
Okay, we'll do one more. Dylan Butler.
You have me, Nicole?
Yeah.
James, just following up on the question I asked Anton, lessons you can take from this one, and just maybe the experience of playing in Orlando, and then also, James, is your next one against Orlando a must win?
I think we can look at this as a bit of an opportunity. We're a team that previously has been, very strong in regular season and then has come up short a couple of times in the postseason. So I think to play a knockout tournament like this is just good preparation for us. Obviously we'd love to win it now, but maybe it can serve us well in the future. And if there's a postseason at the end of this year, then I think we can be well prepared for it. And then what was the second part of the question?
Yeah, James, just about you don't get the result. You know how these things go and knockout competitions, group stage. Does this now make the second game a must win?
Yeah, for sure. And I think you look at Orlando, they're gonna wanna repeat their performance last night. But I think it's much more important for us. So we just have to come out with energy, and we really have to go for it. There's no holding back at this point, and it is a must win, and we need the 3 points.
Hey, Ronny, a two-parter a little bit here. We saw that Matrica was not in the lineup. Can you give an update onto his health and if that's a concern going forward? And just, it seems again you have possession. There's a lot of good, but the goals aren't coming. How frustrating is that?
Mitri is he get a hit in the last training before the game and had to go off and were not available today. But I don't think it's in a big thing, so hopefully he can be available to next game. And as you say, it's frustrating, that I think today we have quite a bit more chances than the opponent, and we don't score, and they get the chance and put it in, and then we are not effective enough in what we're doing. So it's I'm a little bit sad for the hard work the players and everybody had put in that we didn't get any points today. But it's a lot of good things to take from the performance. We are much more disciplined as a team. We defend good. We almost not concede chances, and we created 4 or 5 big chances. So we just need to be better to create more, but also put the ball in the net. That's quite important in football.
Great. Michael Lander.
Ronny, during the preview press conference, you talked about players having confidence on the field and in their positions. I'm curious, when you made the substitutions, did you see the same level of confidence in the players that came on the field as versus the starting 11?
We did play the diamond in the end when we made substitutions. We played a diamond in the midfield and 2 strikers. So I think we created chances the last 50 minutes as well, but we couldn't put the ball in the net. So of course, when you come on from the bench, it's more hard to get in and get that confidence. But they worked hard. But it's important now in the future as well that we have players that can come in and make a difference. So in the end, 15 last minutes, we have 2-3 big chances, and we should put one of them into the net.
Okay. Glenn Crooks.
Hey, Ronny. On the attacking side of things, I know you've pretty well stated it, but beyond the frustration, what is it that you maybe see or can calculate that is the next step to maybe creating more chances or even finishing them?
I think the second half we created a lot. The first half an hour was stressful. I think it was 2 teams that went both ways and lost the ball a lot. But after the last 15 minutes of the second half and into the second, we start doing what we agreed to do: switch the play, double up on the sides, get crosses, get situation inside the box, and we need to do that more consistently. That's still we are forcing the ball too much forward in areas that is tight instead of switching to the other side and then come out in a good way. But I think second half we did that a lot of times, and we had some big chances there. So it's about getting that last finish. And if you create 4 or 5 chances in these games, it's really hot. We have more chances than the opponents. We will win football games in the end. But it's right now, it's frustrating, of course, to sit with 0 points.
Okay, Ryan.
You spoke earlier this week about how your team's is too emotional at times, especially when misfortune happens. They have tough situations. How do you feel they responded to going down the goal today?
I think much better than we had done earlier. So I think we're still working hard. We keep them from our goal all the time, and we created some chances as well. And that's how we have to do. Hard times happening in football, individually and also as a team, and you have to deal with it. And then you have to with the plan and execute that to get some other messages. So I think we looked more structured as a team the whole game today. If they had maybe 2 chances, that's something you can live with. But we want to create more than we did today.
Great. John Rojas.
Thank you. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Thank you. Coach, when it comes with the substitutions and all the situations that you have to manage in this tournament, are they more related to take care of the minutes of the players and prevent injuries, or more to the tactical side? How much, it plays out?
We didn't have anybody that I was thinking before the game that we have to take off, and that's a positive thing. So it's more a tactical thing. Maxi went off because of he gets something in his quad, and that hopefully that's not too big, but he needed to go off. And the other was tactically to get fresh legs on the pitch and try to create chances and goals.
Okay, Ryan, you want to go again? I think you said you had a question, but if not, okay, Dylan.
Yeah, Ronny, it's such a unique situation you're in here and playing in this environment. A two-parter. One, is there anything that you can take from this experience that you think can help you moving forward in the tournament? And as you know, with these group stages, if a result doesn't come in the first one, it kind of puts so much more pressure, right, on the next game. Is the game against Orlando now a must-win?
Walk the line. That's most important for me. We're working on a style of play and how we want things. We're improving. We haven't yet get the results that we wanted. So we just keep on improving the things we are doing. And to do that down here, we're going to have a lot to take with us back to New York. So I'm enjoying training and playing matches. Good to feel sitting on the side and see what you have been training on, and now we have to evaluate and go on and keep on working. And must win, of course. It's if we want to have it in our own hands, we need to win the next game. If we draw, then it's not in our hands, but it's still a possibility then. But we are, of course, going to want to win and go for 3 points in the next game.
Thanks, Ronny.
Michael Ender.
Ronny, you were supposed to play FC Dallas in a scrimmage, but that was obviously canceled when you changed your flight plans down there. So this was probably the first full 90-minute game you've been able to see the team play. Do you think, based on how they played today, you're going to make any changes for the game that's coming up against Orlando?
We have
practically.
That's hard to say, but of course, if you play a game before in this environment, you will be more prepared. But that was not possible. And is one thing is important now in the times we have now is to be flexible and deal with the changes, because that's happening all the time. And I think the players have done really, really good in that. And they worked really hard today. It was really hot. And as I said, I'm sad and disappointed that we don't get anything out of the game, because I think we deserve that today.
Okay, we'll do 2 more. We'll do Glenn and then John. Glenn, go ahead.
Yeah, Ronny, how are you going to adjust training? Just curious. I know you've been going in the mornings now just to prepare for this. What is how does that change? These times are, and then you do 10:30 and then 8. So all different kinds of things.
We're gonna train in the morning tomorrow, and then we're gonna have a day off, and then the day after we start training in the night again. So then we're gonna change the time of training to one day we're gonna train late, and the 2 others we're gonna train. I think it's 7 o'clock. So we have to change the time now and make ourselves ready for that. I think I was in the game yesterday and watching this totally different climate and much more easy to move in that heat was yesterday in the night than it was now in the morning. So we have to adapt to that.
Do you think the early morning kickoff had an impact on either team today? Did you sense that it was a struggle because of that?
Of course, it's like it goes slower, of course, and you have to be more disciplined, and you have to try to keep yourself together and compact, because if you get stretched and just go from side to side, it's going to be a bad football game. So maybe fun to watch, but bad to look on as a coach. So I think it was a tight game today. I think there were two teams that was two good teams, and you can see that there was not so many chances. So when it was so hot, I think both teams was quite compact and handled the heat good.
Okay, John, last question.
Yeah. Can you hear me, Ronny?
Yep.
Perfect. Thank you. I think it's a matter of hours that the league is going to be announcing that Nashville is not going to compete in the tournament. Are you being aware of that in terms of preparation? Does this change for you the way you face the group stage, or it doesn't matter for you guys?
Yeah, we are aware of it. So if that happens, we are ready to adapt to that.